For this series of skits, we will be incorporating 3 different forms of attachments through the parenting and relationship process.
These skits will allow us to observe the communication tactics of 3 different parents reacting to the same situation in different ways.
Then, we will show how this would affect the child's form of attachment to their significant other, as well as how this affects their communication skills.
The 3 different forms of attachment we will be exploring are secure attachment, preoccupied attachment, and dismissive attachment.
Oh my gosh, Mrs. Andrews, I'm so sorry. She was playing and the vase just fell. She cut her foot a little bit, but it's not that bad.
It's fine. Things like this happen all the time. Thank you so much for calling me. Hey, sweetheart. I heard you got a little scrape. You okay? Be a little bit more careful next time, won't you? How about we make some mac and cheese for dinner? Yeah? Thank you so much. I think I'll just stay here with her. You can go ahead. I'll see you tomorrow at 9, right?
Yes, I'm really sorry about the vase, Miss Andrews, but I'll see you tomorrow.
It's all right. Have a great night.
Hey, so I had an old friend call to catch up today.
Oh, great. Who was it?
Allison Hayes, this girl from high school. She's in town for a couple of days, wanted to get coffee.
Yeah, I remember her. Didn't you guys used to date?
Yeah, but it was nothing serious.
Oh, well, hey, Dylan called me wanting to do the same thing. Why don't we give him a call and make it a group?
Sure, sounds good to me. I'll give Allison a call. How about Saturday?
Saturday works for me.
Ah, great.
As Stephen McCormick explains in his text, Reflect and Relate, the 3rd edition, individuals raised with secure attachment are low on both anxiety and avoidance. They're comfortable with intimacy and seek close ties with others.
This is demonstrated when the mother arrives home. The mother is very calm and caring towards her child. Instead of focusing on the problem itself, the broken vase, she is more geared towards supporting her child, making sure she feels loved. She is also very kind and understanding towards the babysitter, exhibiting healthy communication skills.
When we fast forward to the child being in an adult relationship, the security and supportiveness learned as a child comes through in the woman's way of managing situations that could easily result in conflict. She is very accepting of her boyfriend's desire to keep in touch with old friends and even suggests that they get a group together. This shows a genuine interest in her partner's happiness and past. From her secure attachment style, she has the tools she needs to feel good in her own skin and feel comfortable with trusting others.
In our next skit, we will examine a child raised with a preoccupied attachment.
I'm so sorry. How did this happen? I've told you 1,000 times not to play by the vases. If I have to leave work to do your job for you, then you obviously shouldn't be doing it. Please leave. You happy now? Now I have to find somebody else who can deal with you. I need a glass of wine. Hey, honey.
Hey, so I was meaning to talk to you about something.
What is it?
Sarah called and
What does she want?
She just wanted to know if I wanted to have coffee, catch up. She's in town for a couple of days.
Coffee? Seriously? You haven't had time to take me out in months, and Sarah calls, and suddenly you have time for a coffee date.
She's just an old friend. We wanted to catch up.
Why is it so important that you hang out with her?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Why do you need to hang out with another woman when I'm right here?
So what, I'm not allowed to have friends just because I'm dating you?
Why is this so important to you? Why do you want to do this even though it's just going to hurt me? I thought you loved me.
Yeah, I do love you. And if you loved me, you would trust me. But it's clear that you don't. So, you know what? I'm gonna go have some coffee. Call me when you get over yourself.
McCormick explains that preoccupied attachment adults are high in anxiety and low in avoidance. They desire closeness, but are plagued with the fear of rejection. When faced with a relationship challenge, preoccupied individuals react with extreme negative emotion and a lack of trust.
Because the mom failed to meet early attachment needs, the child craved intimacy, but has the tendency to feel doubtful about their own worth. The mother in this scene failed to form a compassionate and secure relationship with her child because of her inability to handle the situation in a way that kept her child from feeling guilty. Instead, the child was blamed and scolded for an accident, causing them to doubt their capacity to be loved.
This doubting of self is reflected in the child's relationship when she becomes an adult. She is unable to trust that her boyfriend would be faithful because she does not feel that she is worthy of his love. She is quick to assume the worst, becomes more needy as her boyfriend grows more upset. This results in the conflict escalating. When a person has a preoccupied attachment, their significant other is less likely to share sensitive information that may cause the preoccupied adult to become jealous, putting a strain on the relationship.
Our last form of attachment we will be discussing is dismissive attachment.
What could be so important that I had to leave work and come home?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Henderson. He was playing and the vase just fell. He broke his foot.
Was $800.
I mean, it just fell.
I had to leave work and come home for this because you couldn't do your job. You know what? If you can't handle this, then I will find somebody who can. But for now, figure it out. I have stuff to do.
Hey, honey, how are you?
Fine.
Good. Hey, so I had an old friend call. He's in town for a couple of days. He wanted to know if we could get coffee.
Cool. Should be fun.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
It obviously isn't nothing.
It's nothing, all right? Just drop it.
Why can't you ever tell me how you're feeling?
You want to know how I'm feeling? Well, I feel like you're always in my fucking business.
Well, of course I'm in your business. I'm your girlfriend. You can't just keep your emotions bottled up all the time. You need to tell me what you're feeling.
I don't need to tell you anything. I don't need you. I can take care of myself. I'll be just fine. So go enjoy your fucking coffee. I'm done.
McCormick describes those with dismissive attachment as people with low anxiety but high avoidance. He goes on to say that people with dismissive attachment view close relationships as comparatively unimportant, instead prizing and prioritizing self-reliance. And often with this form of attachment, relationship crises evoke hasty exits.
The mother in this scene did not acknowledge her child at any moment during the encounter. All of her focus was put onto the babysitter, in which the babysitter became the focus of the mother's anger. Instead of asking if the child was okay, the mother complained that she had to miss work to deal with such a minor incident. She made it clear she cared more about the worth of the vase than she did about her own child's foot. The mother showing her irritation of having to deal with her child creates the idea that it would be easier on the child to detach themselves rather than being disappointed with their mother's lack of affection.
We see this detached mindset with the man in the relationship scene. He is very dismissive to his girlfriend's attempts to have conversation with him and gives short or one-word answers. He is very quick to get angry, and when confronted about his emotions, he must deflect the attention onto someone else, in this case, his girlfriend. He then reinforces the fact that he doesn't care by proclaiming his independence, saying he doesn't need her. He closes the conversation with a sudden death statement, which McCormick defines as messages communicated at the height of conflict that suddenly declare the end of a relationship, even if that wasn't an option before. This man believes it is better for him to push his partner away rather than risk the pain of rejection.
In the earliest years of life, we begin to form attachments and thereby determine the way we will communicate and interact with people for the rest of our lives.
It is important to know that as a parent, you must have healthy and supportive dialogue with your child that induces a secure attachment.
This will ensure the child's ability to trust, love, and be loved by other people for the rest of their lives.
If you have endured a childhood where there was not healthy communication and therefore you have an unhealthy form of attachment, you can gain the mental capacity to change this.
You can change these habits by putting in the work, meaning you can educate yourself on how you react to certain situations and why you react this way.
You can go to therapy if you feel you need it to help you become self-aware, meaning you can gain the ability to view yourself as a unique person distinct from your surrounding environment and reflect on your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors.
Once you have reflected upon these, you can analyze what you do that works or doesn't work to create a healthy relationship with good communication.
It may seem simple, but changing mental habits, especially a form of attachment, is not an easy task.
It takes a lot of working on yourself in order to change, but the payoff of having healthy relationships and great communication skills is well worth it. Boom.